It is 10:30 at night. You finished dinner, the kitchen is mostly clean, the day's big tasks are done. And that's when she shows up. You know what I'm talking about. That voice in your head that says, "Did you prep tomorrow's lunch? You should probably stretch. You ate too much at dinner. You didn't move enough today. You should stay up and knock out a few more things." Yep, the inner drill sergeant, that's who we're talking about. And today I'm going to tell you why that drill sergeant, no matter how well intentioned, is sabotaging your metabolism, your sleep, and your hormones. Because here's the thing your body has been trying to tell you. Effort is the wrong lever at night. Welcome everyone to the Perimenopause Reset podcast. I'm Miriam, a functional nutritionist and gut hormone specialist who refuses to gaslight intelligent women about their bodies. Y'all, this show is for women over 40 who are navigating perimenopause, menopause, and all the metabolic chaos that comes with it. Women who are tired of being told to just eat less and move more when their bodies are doing something far more complex. Listen, if you're cortisol wired, estrogen stuck, insulin inflamed, or dealing with thyroid issues, or a combination of the four that no one seems to take seriously, well, you're in the right place. So, we're talking about nighttime, specifically why the effort and self-correction that you're applying after dark is backfiring metabolically. Why safety, not discipline, is what your body needs at night. And the one somatic cue that can help you interrupt the evening vigilance pattern. So this episode is about 20 minutes, perfect for your evening walk, your commute home, or honestly, for listening to right before bed. Wherever you are, I'm glad you're here. So let's dive in. So let me start by normalizing something. If you find yourself in mental overdrive at night, if the to-do list gets louder after dinner, if you suddenly remember 17 things you should be doing, this is not a personality flaw. This is physiology. So let me explain. Your body has a natural circadian rhythm for cortisol, your primary stress hormone. In a well-regulated system, cortisol peaks in the morning. Now, that's what helps you wake up, feel alert, face the day, and then throughout the day, it gradually declines, bottoming out at night so melatonin can rise and you can actually sleep. But here's what happens when you've been running on cortisol for too long, and especially for women over 40 dealing with hormonal shifts. Your evening cortisol does not drop the way it's supposed to. Instead, you get what I call a secondary spike, a little jolt of cortisol right when you're supposed to be winding down. And with that spike comes a very particular kind of mental energy. It's not creative energy. It's not generative energy. No, this is scanning energy, vigilance energy. What did I miss? What should I be doing? What needs fixing energy? And here's the part that really gets to me. This isn't happening because you're anxious. It's happening because your physiology is still in threat assessment mode. Your nervous system has not received the signal that the productive day is over, that the hunting and gathering is done, that you are safe to rest. Now, add in what's happening hormonally for women in midlife. Progesterone, okay? It's safe to let your guard down hormone. Well, progesterone is often declining. For some women, it's tanking, okay? Progesterone is what's supposed to counter cortisol at night. It's what helps you feel safe enough to actually rest. When progesterone is low and cortisol is still elevated, you're running on a system that says, stay alert, keep scanning, don't let your guard down. So the evening becomes the time when you try to out-effort your own physiology. You think to yourself, if I just organize tomorrow perfectly, if I just do this one more productive thing, if I just correct today's mistakes, then I can rest. But y'all, that's not how it works. Your body doesn't reward you for more effort at night. It just keeps waiting for the signal that never comes. The signal that says the work is done, you're safe now, you can let go. And I want to tell you something that might be hard to hear. You ready for this? Every time you override that exhaustion and push through just one more time, you're training your nervous system to stay in overdrive at night. You're making vigilance the default, and your body is just trying to keep you alive in what it perceives as an ongoing threat. So before we talk about what to do instead, I need you to hear this, okay? Your body is responding perfectly to the inputs that it's receiving. We just need to change the inputs. We need to change the inputs. All right, so let's talk about what your body actually needs at night. And I need you to really hear this distinction, because this is where most intelligent, high-achieving women get completely tripped up. Your body does not need more discipline at night. Your body needs more safety. Safety. Let me say that again slower. Your body does not need more discipline at night. It needs more safety. Now, discipline is a beautiful tool, okay? I am not anti-discipline. Discipline says, here's the structure, here's the boundary, here's the input that moves you toward a goal. Discipline works brilliantly when your nervous system has the resources for it. When your cortisol is appropriately elevated in the morning, when your blood sugar is stable, when you have metabolic bandwidth. But at night, after you've already spent your nervous system budget for the day, discipline becomes a stressor. Y'all, every I should becomes a micro dose of threat. Every self-correction becomes evidence to your body that you're still not good enough, still not safe, still not done. I'll give you an example from my own life. For years, I had this evening routine that I thought was so healthy. After dinner, I'd review the day. What did I eat? Did I move enough? What could I have done better? Then I'd plan the next day down to the last detail. Now, I thought I was being disciplined. I thought I was optimizing. But you know what was actually happening? I was keeping my nervous system in assessment mode, in correction mode, in you're not done yet mode. And then I'd wonder why I couldn't fall asleep, why I would wake up at 2 a.m. with my heart racing, why I felt wired and exhausted at the same time. It's because I never sent my body the signal that the productive day was over. Here's what your body actually needs at night in evolutionary terms, okay? In our ancestral past, nighttime was when you'd return to your people, sit by the fire, you would eat, tell stories, and rest. Your nervous system knew the work is done for today. You survived, you're safe, you can let your guard down. But in our modern lives, especially for those of us running businesses, managing households, caring for others, trying to optimize our health, we never send that signal. We just keep hunting and gathering in different forms, answering emails, planning tomorrow, fixing ourselves. Safety after dark means your nervous system receives the message. The productive day is over. You are no longer required to produce, perform, or improve. You are simply allowed to exist. And I know what some of you are thinking, but Miriam, if I don't stay on top of things at night, I'll fall behind. I'll drop the ball. Things won't get done. Listen, I hear you, okay? I hear you. And I'm not suggesting you become irresponsible. What I am suggesting is that there is a difference between preparing for tomorrow and correcting yourself for today. Now, preparing might look like laying out your clothes, setting up the coffee maker, putting your vitamins by the sink. Correcting looks like mentally reviewing everything you ate and judging yourself, forcing yourself to do a workout you're too tired for, staying up late to prove you are productive enough. One supports your system, the other stresses it out, okay? And the metabolic cost of that nighttime stress, that's what we need to talk about next. Let's get specific about what happens in your body when you keep trying to effort your way through the evening hours. Because this is not just about feeling stressed. This is about tangible, measurable metabolic consequences. First, you block the cortisol melatonin handoff. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, can only rise when cortisol drops. It's like a seesaw. Remember the seesaw when you were in elementary school or on the playground in the park? One has to go down for the other to come up. Every time you engage in problem solving, self-correction, or productivity mode at night, you are activating your sympathetic nervous system. You are keeping cortisol elevated, which means melatonin cannot do its job. And here's what most people don't realize about melatonin. It is not just about feeling sleepy, y'all. Melatonin is a powerful antioxidant. It's involved in immune function, cellular repair, even glucose metabolism. Now, when you short circuit your melatonin production by staying in effort mode at night, you're not just losing sleep quality, you're losing the entire regenerative cascade that's supposed to happen while you sleep. Second, you spike your overnight blood sugar. Now, this one blows people's minds, okay? When you are in sympathetic activation at night, even from mental stress, even from just pushing through one more task, your liver starts dumping stored glucose into your bloodstream. And your body thinks, she's clearly still in action mode. She must need fuel for whatever she's doing. So you go to bed with elevated blood sugar. That triggers an insulin response, which causes a blood sugar crash around 2 or 3 in the morning, which wakes you up with your heart pounding and maybe a little anxious. And then you wonder why you can't sleep through the night. For women dealing with insulin resistance or cortisol dysregulation, which is most women over 40, okay? Evening effort is literally dysregulating your blood sugar overnight. You're creating the exact problem you're trying to avoid during the day. Third, you steal resources from repair and hormone production. Now, this is the one that really matters for women in midlife, okay? So listen to me carefully. Your body makes most of its hormones while you sleep. Growth hormone, testosterone, yes, women need it. The conversion of T4 to active T3 thyroid hormone. But all of these processes, y'all, require parasympathetic dominance, the rest and digest state of your nervous system. When you maintain effort and vigilance into the evening, you stay in sympathetic dominance. You never shift gears. And your body has to choose. Do I use tonight's resources for survival mode or for repair and hormone production? Well, let me just tell you, survival wins every time. So you wake up the next morning with the same hormonal issues you're trying to fix. The same fatigue, the same brain fog, the same stubborn weight that won't budge. And you wonder why your supplements aren't working, why your protocols aren't landing, why you're doing everything quote unquote right, but not getting the results. The real problem is that you're applying inputs all day, then blocking the absorption window all night. You're not letting your body shift into the state where those inputs can actually work. Now, this is why inside of our online free community, the Nourish and Flow Circle, we don't just talk about what to eat or when to move. We talk about how to stabilize the nervous system so that what you're doing during the day can actually land. Because all the perfect protocols in the world don't matter if your body is in survival mode when it's supposed to be in repair mode. All right. So, what do we do instead? Well, I want to give you a somatic cue, a simple phrase that you can return to whenever you notice the evening effort pattern starting to kick in. And before I give it to you, I want you to know this might feel awkward at first. It might feel too simple. You might have resistance to it. All of that's normal. Your nervous system has been running the earning program for a long time. All right, so here's the cue. Nothing needs to be earned tonight. If you're somewhere where you can say it out loud right now, I want you to say it with me. Nothing needs to be earned tonight. Your rest does not need to be earned. Your worthiness does not need to be earned. Your right to simply exist without productivity does not need to be earned. Now, here's how to use it, okay? Tonight, when that familiar thought arrives, I should do this. I need to prep that. I have to fix this. I want you to pause. I want you to pause and place your hand on your heart or on your belly. Take one slow, deep breath and say, either out loud or as a whisper, nothing needs to be earned tonight. And then notice what happens in your body. You might feel resistance at first. That's okay. I want you just to notice it. Don't try to fix it. Just notice. But underneath that resistance, there's often a softening, a small exhale, a subtle drop in your shoulders, maybe even a few tears, not sad tears, but relief tears. That softening, y'all, is your body saying, thank you. I've been waiting for permission to stop. Now, I'm not saying this cue will fix everything overnight. This is not a magic pill. But what it does is create a pattern interrupt, a moment where you can catch yourself in the self-correction loop and choose something different. And over time, with repetition, your nervous system starts to learn, oh, we can actually wind down at night. We don't have to stay vigilant. It's safe to let go. I've watched women inside of our Nourish and Flow circle practice this, and here's what I've noticed. The women who actually stabilize their evening cortisol are not the ones who perfectly understand the science. They're the ones who catch themselves in the pattern and practice the interrupt, even imperfectly, even inconsistently at first. Because your nervous system does not change through understanding, it changes through repetition of a new pattern. So tonight, one practice round, that's all I'm asking of you. When the drill sergeant shows up tonight, y'all, use the cue and notice what happens. Be curious about it. And if you want to go deeper with this work, I'll tell you where to find me in just a moment. All right, my friend, let's bring this home. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today's episode, it's this. You are not a problem to be solved at night. You are a system that needs to be stabilized. And stabilization doesn't come from more effort. It doesn't come from more discipline. It doesn't come from finally getting it perfect. It comes from sending your nervous system the signal that it's been desperately waiting for. The work is done for today. You survived. You're safe now. You can rest. That's not indulgence. That's not letting yourself go. That is the metabolic requirement for everything you're trying to build. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, but what's my specific pattern? What metabolic phenotype am I working with? Well, I've created a free 2-minute gut hormone quiz that will tell you exactly that. You'll discover whether you're cortisol wired, estrogen stuck, insulin inflamed, dealing with thyroid, throttle down, or slow digestion. And you'll get personalized next steps for your specific body. So to take the quiz, just head on down to the show notes, the description, or you know what? Leave a comment and I'll send it to you. Okay. And if you want to go deeper with this work, if you want monthly, daily, weekly, hormone-friendly recipes, live cooking demos, and a community of women who actually get it, then I want you to come and join us inside the Nourish and Flow circle. We do Tasty Tuesday cooking demonstrations on the first Tuesday of every month. We talk about things like how to support your gut-brain axis, how to eat for your specific phenotype, and how to work with your nervous system instead of overriding it. The link is below in the show notes, y'all. But listen, before I let you go, I want to say this. If you made it to the end of this episode, I already know something about you. You're not looking for another quick fix. You're not interested in being gaslighted about your own body. You're ready for the actual explanation, and you're ready to do the work. Not the self-punishment work, but the real work of partnering with your physiology. That's why you're here. And that's why I made this episode. So tonight, practice the cue, be gentle with yourself, notice what happens. And if you want to, come find me on Instagram or inside of our circle and tell me how it went for you. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your attention. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.